Hello everybody and welcome to the channel. I'm Shadow's Rain and today we're going to be talking about the meta. Now, what is the meta? Is there a meta or is everything balanced? I'll get right into it in this video, and if you do enjoy the video, please make sure you hit that like button and consider subscribe. It helps us out massively and you'll be joining the A1A, which is a growing community, and we're all awesome here. So with that being said, let's cue the title card. Okay, so the meta in Call of Duty then. Let's just have a little look and understand its past before we can actually understand where it is now. A lot of people seem to not know what the meta is now. A lot of people are saying that everything is balanced. Do I think that everything is balanced? No, I don't think everything is balanced, but I do think that there's nothing that is overwhelmingly OP, like a Season 4 Grau, or a Season 4 Foul, or a Season 5 Bruin pre-patch. So, with all that being said, what is quite strong now? Shotguns are becoming forever more popular. Now, before you say I've jumped on a bandwagon, I've been using shotguns since Season 2. Go back through my videos and you will see that I'm not lying. Also, shotguns being paired with a long-range assault rifle like an M13 or a Grau or an Odin. That's a really good pick at the moment because it covers all ranges, well, most ranges, and especially the Odin. Odin is particularly strong at the minute as well, not because it's like super OP, but just because things that were a lot stronger than it have been knocked back a peg. So the good thing is about this current gun meta is that there's nothing that is exceptional, but everything does feel like it has its place, except the Thanos. That can just suck a dick. But apart from anything else, most things seem good. You know, you do have your outliers like the crossbow and the Car 98, which I don't actually think that is that good, but other people seem to. And yeah, I currently think at the moment we have a meta which isn't actually dictated by the weapons as much as it was. So for example, everyone used to be running around using a Grau and a SMG, or a Grau and a sniper. And then Season 4 was like, right, you're all going to be using FALs for both your short range and your long range. So I combined the FAL with shotguns, and I also combined it with an EBR as well to get that maximum damage efficiency and as few bullets as possible. So yeah, where do I stand with the meta in terms of actual classes? I think there's a place for everything now. Shotguns require you to get all up close and personal. I think that assault rifles have their own little place in the meta. LMGs are a fantastic recovery class, so if you're loading down from a gulag, you need to pick up a class and you have all your ammo all there quickly. I find that an LMG is a very good class to pick up to put a fully loaded gun perk on. You've got maximum ammo and potentially up to 410 bullets, which is ludicrous. So yeah, everything has its place in the game, and I think it's in a good state. I don't think snipers are as prevalent as what they once were. I remember when the first Warzone first came out, and there was a very heavy emphasis on the M4 and HDR. I think that the snipers have been brought down a peg just indirectly with the marksman rifle buff, which gives marksman rifles extra range, and I do think that marksman rifles are slowly on the rise again, and I do think that marksman rifles do actually now have a place in this meta, which is fantastic, and I am going to get into it a bit more in a few minutes there. But yeah, I feel as if every class kind of has its own unique niche now, and it didn't used to have that, so that's fantastic. So the question is, what is the meta then? The meta can't just be everything. Well, you're right, the meta isn't everything. The meta now is how you use everything. The meta now is based on team play. It's a bit like a team composition, like League of Legends or Dota or Counter-Strike. No, not Counter-Strike. What's that other one? Siege. So, yeah, and what do I mean by that? I don't mean the operators. I mean the weapon combinations. So, the meta, I think, is now 3 or 4 weapons, and you're like, but Shadow's Rain, I can't carry 3 or 4 weapons. But guess what? Your teammate can carry the rest. So what I mean by this is that it seems to be that the teams that are doing the best now and the teams that are getting into later circles are the teams that have variation in their squads. So this isn't squads that are running Grau's SMGs exclusively. This is a team, so for example in trios or quads, these are teams that are running shotgun assault rifles, and then another player is running a assault rifle sniper, then someone else is running an SMG marksman rifle. This is where the meta is heading, and these are where, if you notice, people are starting to get into really late circles with. You need to have that variation now, and you need to be able to trust your teammates more than ever before. Now the reason that this is important because one, it shares the ammo pool out quite a lot as well, so you can actually sustain fights for longer, because if you don't have a sniper rifle, you can carry 40 sniper bullets for the rest of your team. If you're using an SMG, you don't need to use the assault rifle ammo that every Tom, Dick and Harry's using for their LMGs and assault rifles. And same for the shotgun, you're usually not using the SMG ammo, so you can usually give that up as well. So yeah, with that all being taken into consideration, it's a meta where you now need to be mixing up a bit in terms of your team in trios and quads. In duos it can work as well, you do need all that range as well, but duos is a bit different. We'll get into that a little bit later on, but at the minute, yeah, for trios and quads, you need to have all them ranges covered. So for example, in the A1A, lately I've been rocking the shotgun and a M13 on Odin, and I've got a teammate which will usually run an assault rifle and sniper rifle, and then we usually have another teammate that runs a marksman rifle and an SMG. If we do have a fourth, they'll usually run an AR SMG, so that's to help out at medium ranges with the marksman rifle and at shorter ranges with my shotgun. And this is where it seems to be going. When we do this now, we're getting a lot more top 10s than what we otherwise would be, and I've noticed this in the majority of the teams that are actually doing well when you spectate them for a bit. They've got variation in their weapons now, and this is something that you really need to be focusing on as a team. You just need to have someone that uses something a bit different. You need to be ready for every single situation, because if you're sat there in a team of assault rifles and snipers, guess what happens when a shotgunner comes up close? He has all of you. All of you, especially if you're camped up in a little building. There is not much you can do when someone rocks in with either a Model 680 Dragon's Breath, an Origin with that 25 round drum, or a R9 with that Dragon's Breath on as well. There's nothing you can do about it. Your SMG is not going to outdamage it unless you can make the distance larger. And neither is the assault rifle. The assault rifle is not going to outdamage it at close range if you're going to be camping out a building or a rooftop. It's just not going to happen. So because of these reasons, you need to have at least someone else with a shotgun in the team to be able to counter that. And at least if they go down, they've probably put a bit of damage into that person anyway for the next person to finish the fight. So you need to be ready for all the ranges now, and this is something that you need to basically take in mind now. The same goes for long range battles. If everyone's running a assault rifle SMG or assault rifle shotgun, the first sniper you come up against is going to give you real problems because there's not going to be any pressure. Now in quads you can also off balance this by using a sniper rifle and then have someone else use a marksman rifle, even if it is a Kar 98, just to get that pressure on the enemy. Now if they do try to push you, they're probably going to be pushing you with assault rifles. And when they come up all in your grill, you're going to have people with a shotgun and an SMG to blow them back to Kingdom Come. So, with all this being said, where do you think the meta's going in that regard? Do you agree with me? Let me know in the comments below. But with this particular playstyle, we are getting a lot more top 10s, and it doesn't really matter about the skill of your team either. This is also a very good counter at the minute to skill-based matchmaking, believe it or not. It's a counter to skill-based matchmaking because it's not everyone's not using the same guns and everyone's not being sweaty and using the same stuff. So whoever's the very best player with that specific gun is going to win the fight. Now you've got an opportunity to make the fight suit your needs and the team's needs. This is now a team game. It was always a team game, but now the emphasis on the team is that much higher because now you need to be able to trust your teammate with that shotgun. If you're the sniper rifle, you need to let your teammates need to trust you to do the work at range, because sniping on rooftops anymore is not going to be the way forward as much as it once was in, say, Season 3 or 4. With the addition of the zip lines being on every building, you can now get attacked from more angles than ever, and the same goes for the equipment in the meta as well. You can't just have everyone running C4s, you need to have people using claymores for when you do need to hold a place tactically. And I don't mean camp, I do mean hold a place tactically. For example, the choke point to a circle, or if you are in a building to complete an objective, or you are in a really good power play in a final circle or a late circle, or you think that people are going to be, or you think that you're in a point of interest, having claymores and betties is now going to be a big part of the game as well as mixing up your tactical grenades. Your tactical grenades need someone who's running your stuns and splashes as normal, and then maybe it's one person with a heartbeat sensor, and then you got someone else ideally who's using recon grenades. So this is now a team comp meta, and I think that is fantastic. It's what the game has needed for a very long time now, and it's been a long time coming. It took a long time to get to this point, but we are there now. Now, do I think that multiplayer is balanced? Hell no. There are so many broken things in multiplayer because the guns are designed for Warzone, and I do think the multiplayer game needs different statistics for the weapons as opposed to what the Warzone does. So yeah, I think that is the new meta. I'm positive that's the new meta. A lot of people don't realize that this is the meta yet, but a lot of teams that are rocking into Verdansk are starting to play this way, and I do play in a relatively high skill based lobby, so we do usually dictate what the meta is first without us even being aware of it. So yeah, that's basically what the meta is these days, and what do you think about it? Let me know. And also, do you have a team that's going to be able to do that, and if so, what's your role going to be? Let me know in the comments below. But yeah, thank you for watching all the way to the end there, really do appreciate it, and I will see you in the next Shadows Reign video. Make sure you stay tuned, and make sure you're subscribed, and make sure you hit that like button, because we've got a lot more coming up this week. You take care now. Peace.